Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. I hope everyone have a nice day today. Before we begin our lecture, let us recite the dua. Alhamdulillah. My name is Humairaa binti Abdul Rahim and I will be presenting today about the topics legal principles of marriage and divorce under Islamic family law. You should know that marriage should be understood as a legal relationship rather than just a marriage from a wedding ceremony. Once a valid marriage is established, the husband and the wife acquire specific rights and responsibilities under the Islamic law. What is the Islamic law and how does it operate? In Malaysia, Islamic family law operates within the country's dual legal system and mainly falls within the jurisdiction of the state. Therefore, the Shariah court has a very important role in the Muslim matters such as marriage permission, polygamy, divorce, maintenance, and also custody. Next, by the end of this lesson, student, you should be able to achieve 4 learning outcomes. First, understanding the concept of marriage and divorce in Islam. Second, identify the essential requirements of a valid and legally recognized marriage. Third, analyze the responsibilities arising from the marriage. And finally, explain the legal framework of Islamic family law in Malaysia. Let's get into the concept of marriage. I think all of the students already understand what's the meaning of marriage, but in the Arabic terms, it calls nikah. It's the same as the Malay term. It refers to union, coupling, connection, or joining. Sheikh Muhammad Abu Zahra also defined marriage as a contract that establishes a lawful relationship between a woman and a man and defines the rights and responsibilities of both spouses. In this ayah, Surah An-Nur, verses 32, meaning arrange the marriage of the spouses among you and the capable from among your bondmen and bondwomen. This ayah established that marriage is encouraged in Islam as a lawful institution for building family life. It also teaches the financial difficulty should not prevent suitable individuals from marrying. From a legal perspective, Islamic marriage is a contractual in nature because it is formed by ijab and qabul, which means offer and acceptance. This demonstrates that it has a legal intention and consent from the party. Other than the contract, it also has an ethical and also a social purpose, such as it promotes dignity, fairness, and also protection from any harm, and also in the social purpose, it will protect the lineage, children, and also our property. How do you know if a marriage is valid and legally recognized? There are 2 requirements that has to be fulfilled, such as first, requirement under Shariah, which consists of the 5 pillars of nikah, the existence of the bridegroom, the bride, wali, specifically under the scholar of Shafi'i, 2 witnesses, and also finally ijab and qabul. You need to remember that if any of these pillars are absent or missing, it means that the marriage is not valid under the Hukum Shara'. Also, these requirements are incorporated under Islamic Family Law Enactment or Act under the states. There are also additional legal requirements under Islamic family law, such as minimum age requirement, for example, in Kedah and Selangor, which consists of 18 years old for female and male as a minimum marriageable age, while other states like Perlis, it consists of 18 years old for male and 16 years old for female. That means if you want to get married, you have to reach that level minimum age first. If not, you have to ask a permission from the court. Second, completing pre-marriage requirements such as HIV, screening or marriage courses. And you also need to obtain the permission to marry from the authority, whether you want to marry inside or outside the country. The marriage must be solemnized by an authorized person. And also the most important thing, you must register the marriage. This is very important because even though the marriage is already valid under the Hukum Shara', you still need to comply with the legal requirements under Islamic family law. Why? Because with this requirement, you can have the legal recognition, a proper documentation, and also it can be protected by the law. Divorce of marriage. Divorce refers to the legal and spiritual dissolution of a marriage. Aligned to the ayah Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 229, in this ayah, this verse established that divorce is a lawful remedy when a marriage can no longer continue, but the process must still be preserved justice, dignity, and the rights of both parties. That's why, although reconciliation is encouraged in Islam, Islamic law recognizes that divorce may become necessary when the continuation of a marriage can cause harm or when marital relationship can no longer fulfill its purpose. That's why Islamic family law provides different mechanisms according to the circumstances, such as talaq, pronouncement divorce by the husband, khuluk, a wife right to dissolve a marriage by agreed compensation, fasakh, judicial dissolution on recognized ground, which approximately have around 12 to 14 grounds, ta'liq, divorce based on a breach of a marriage contract, and also li'an. Like I said before, a valid marriage creates legal rights and responsibilities, such as when during marriage the spouses are expected to treat each other with respect, protect each other's dignity, and also cooperate in family life. Maintenance and financial supports are very important, together with responsibility and caring for the welfare of the children. After divorce, certain responsibilities may still continue. These include maintenance during iddah period, mut'ah, observance of iddah periods, child maintenance including custody and welfare, and also claiming matrimonial property. This is where the Shariah court plays an essential role in supervising the divorce and ensuring that these post-divorce rights are properly addressed. Let's look at the legal framework of Islamic family law. Islamic family law in Malaysia primarily falls within state jurisdiction, like I said before, as provided in the Federal Constitution, List 2 of 9th Schedule, which places Islamic law and personal family matters of Muslim under the authority of the states. But for this matter, I want to discuss this for the next lecture. So I hope that all the students will take notes of this subject, of this topic, so that I will ask for the next lecture. In conclusion, Islamic family law establishes a stable ethical foundation for Muslim society. Marriage is a lawful bond with rights and responsibilities, and also its validity is very important because it protects the spouses, children, and also the family. When a marriage can no longer continue, divorce is permitted but must be regulated to prevent any harm, which is why it must be supervised by the Sharia court to ensure legal certainty and also protect the rights of all parties. That is all for today. I hope everyone understand the conclusion of this topic. I hope to see you again, and that is all for today. Thank you for listening.